We live on a Friday morning coming at you. That's Tommy Train. I'm Brandon Baylor here with the Morning Buzz, and finally able to get it going there at the U.S. Open. A bit of fog holding us back from the tee times, but they finally got round one going, but we still got to put a bow on it leading into today.
Yeah, hopefully that coastal fog is more forgiving than it was yesterday, Brandon, delaying the start to the major championship by an hour and a half. But when the guys were finally able to see where they were hitting at Torrey Pines, they made the most of it. No one better than Russell Henley early and Louis Oosthuizen late. Both 4 under par, leading the field so far in the first round. In Oosthuizen's case, he still has a couple more holes to finish, so it's possible he can even improve on his scorecard. Round 1 suspended due to darkness. Brooks Koepka, who has loved the U.S. Open and this particular format, he is 2 shots back in a cluster of guys at 2 under. John Rahm is included in that group. He was the betting favorite at William Hill at 9-1. Just off the board is Matthew Wolff. Great to have him back. 1 under, the only U.S. Open round of the last 40 years with 8 birdies and multiple double bogeys or worse. His scorecard was a roller coaster, but he has been gone for about 2 months. Good to have him back, as I mentioned. And your defending champion, Bryson DeChambeau, 2 over par, a string of 3 straight bogeys from 11 to 13 on Thursday. So there are 2 big-name golfers who struggled in round 1 will look to bounce back later this afternoon. Colin Morikawa and Phil Mickelson both shot 75s on Thursday to finish 4 over par. And since 2000, the first-round scoring average at the U.S. Open for players age 50 or older is 74.1, and that's about right for lefty. Taking a look at the afternoon tee times, we saw and heard from Russell Henley here, 4:03 p.m. Eastern is his tee time to start his second round. I mentioned Matthew Wolff along with Tommy Fleetwood and Brian Harman. They are going at the same time. Xander Schauffele and Phil Mickelson, the San Diego guys, along with Max Homa, roughly 30 minutes later.
In the good words of Tony Baker, the Bucks giving the Nets a good old cram in Game 6. Home cooking with Giannis and Chris Middleton. I mean, the sharpshooter. Career high 39 points for him. Plenty of threes to go around. Proving that he can be a problem in this series, and he has. His partner in crime, the 2-time MVP, of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, adding a nice 30-piece. Going to work inside. That was a story for him. Sometimes Brooklyn a little small. Doesn't help. We got Giannis in the paint there. Milwaukee taking Game 6, 104-89. Katie's face says it all right there.
This is a new opportunity, and it's going to be a little bit hard. We got to come here, protect our home, and we got to go to Brooklyn and try to get one more, and as I've said all year long, we're built for this moment, simple as that, and nobody says it's going to be easy. Might be hard, but we are capable of doing it.
We weren't well tonight offensively. Out of rhythm, out of sync. We definitely didn't play the way we wanted to play, the way we planned to play, and I would say that for the entire game. We had a couple stretches where we played okay, but really didn't play the way we wanted to play offensively. Defensively, we weren't great either, but not a disaster. But just not a great game from us. We just didn't have our best stuff tonight, and we got a Game 7 on our home floor.
So because of that, we get the best 2 words in sports, Game 7. So let's break it down for you when it comes to the final game between these two. Bucks just 2-8 all time. They've lost 3 straight Game 7s. Last win coming back in 2001, almost 20 years ago. The Nets 1-2 all time. By the way, home court has been a big factor in the regular season and the postseason for these 2 teams. 9-0 when the home team comes with a W. This one goes back to Brooklyn, so if you're the Nets, you got a chance.
We're far away from a Game 7 in hockey, but we're trending in that direction. Games seen here, the Stanley Cup semifinal series between the Lightning and Islanders, series tied at 1. The headline will say Braden Point scores go-ahead goal for Bolts through 3 sets of legs while falling. Andrei Vasilevsky also stopped 27 shots, and the Lightning beat the Isles 2-1 Thursday night to take a 2-1 series lead. Yanni Gourde also scored to help Tampa Bay improve to 5-1 on the road in the playoffs. Now, it may have been a loss for New York, but take solace, Isles fans. The team's previous Game 3 losses in this postseason, they've come back to win the series in 6 games. Game 4 Saturday night at Nassau Coliseum. Game 5 back in Tampa Monday night. And so the Lightning improved to 10-1 when scoring first this postseason. They're 0-3 when allowing the first goal.
All right, that's, of course, impressive on the ice for the Islanders. Meanwhile, the Yankees trying to be impressive. It's been a rocky road from this season. Manager Aaron Boone talking about this series against the Blue Jays, calling this a big series for us to come up in tonight's weekend. But guess what? You got Aaron Judge. He's pretty big out there. Defense pays off. Big number 99 roaming up there in the upstate, and it paid off. Check this out. I'm going to dub this maybe the defensive player of the game, Tommy. Gavin Biggio here, bottom of the 6th. Here comes the Judge. No, sir. Snag it. You thought you had a home run, but how about no? Robbery there by the Judge, and you can't do nothing but walk back to the dugout. So, Tommy, that has to be the one, right?
If you say so, but I don't know, man. I think there's a better play from this game because you've never seen a 1-3-6-2-5-6 triple play with Vlad Guerrero Jr. at the dish.
You love math.
One of the weirdest versions you'll ever see, and it goes, woo! And it comes around, then you get to third, and then you get a run down between home and third. I mean, this thing was just kind of like head scratching. You know, when you see everything at the end with Bichette and company, again, 1-3-6-2-5-6. It's the first one in baseball history according to Sabre Triple Play database. And it was the first time in franchise history the Yankees have turned 2 triple plays in the same season. Now the Blue Jays, with all this craziness, asked for a replay, but the call was upheld.
All right, so that was strange. How about this one at Petco Park? Sellout crowd, first time since 2019. Here we go, pick it up top of the 9th here. Jonathan India, 2-run jack there. Puts them on top 4-2 for the Reds. So you're thinking, you know what? They dubbed this as the Padres' home opening day. And so you got to show up. And that's what happens here. Eric Hosmer just keeps it inside that foul pole. So we got a tie game again. Another 2-run jack. Look at the crowd there. Lights going off. Still 2 batters later. And oh my gosh. Victor Caratini. His 5th home run coming at a clutch time. Walk it off, my friend. Because you're sending the crowd home, giving the people what they want. They win this one, of course, with that walk-off jack, 6-4 at the crib. So our research department always fire per usual, finding, you know, the stats out there provided by stats. And this one, the Padres are the 2nd MLB team in modern era. Check this out, to lead by 2 runs, then trail by 2, and then win by 2 in a single in the 9th inning. The other team that did it, Dodgers, back in the Expo days of 1981. I wasn't even born then, were you?
No, but that's such a baseball stat.
So in other words, I mean, it doesn't happen too often, you know. Just saying. All right, so let's keep the walkout trend going here. Out in Seattle, we'll keep it going with Kyle Seager. Into pitch hit in the 9th inning. Seager already has 2 career walk-offs. Nice little single there. Makes it an easy walk home for Jake Bowers from 3rd. And when you do that, you get the baby powder, you get water, you get everything possible. Jersey ripping off. Seager joked about it, his chance to hit in this one because he was ruled out. Says, I wasn't prepared for it. Actually showing up there and shutting down the game there as they win 6-5 at the crib.
So the Diamondbacks couldn't wait to get out of San Francisco, and they played like it during the day. You know, things were bad when Kurt Casale is having a career day. No offense to Kurt, but Buster Posey's backup homer drove in 4 runs for San Francisco, finishing a double shy of the cycle. It's a new MLB record for the Snakes, setting a Major League record with their 23rd straight road loss. And here's Arizona's manager, Torey Lovullo, after the game.
It's nothing we're proud of, and we're in sole possession of the most consecutive losses on the road. On this journey, when it started in spring training, we never set out to put us in a position to have these type of outcomes. I lay in bed at night thinking about different things. Sometimes I'm up until 3-4 o'clock in the morning trying to put the pieces of this puzzle together in my own head. It's tough. It's very challenging. Before the next road trip, we got to go out and find a way to win a baseball game tomorrow. That's my focus, and that'll be the focus of everybody else too.
I think they have the Dodgers next. Good luck finding that before your next road trip. May we fall into the snake pit of notes and numbers. 23 games lost away from home. That is a modern era record. They've been outscored 137-60 on the road. 14 straight games overall for the Diamondbacks, and they're the first team with multiple 13-game losing streaks in a single season since the 1962 Mets, which lost an MLB record 120 games that year.
Snake that doesn't bite.
So the Diamondbacks are really bad, but the Orioles are giving them a run for their money. Jose Ramirez homered for Cleveland, and the Indians beat the O's 10-3 on a getaway day to secure the sweep. Now, Baltimore's lost 19 straight road games. Trey Mancini said we're very frustrated. Nobody likes losing. At the top of that list, I'd say there's no room to wallow. Use the word wallow at this level. You have to get out there the next day, put it behind you, try to win the next game. What's done is done. Bob Nightingale tweeted this out. The curse of the no-hitter. The Orioles have not won a road game since John Means' 9-inning no-hitter back on May 5th. So the Orioles there at the bottom. At the top are the D-backs. They haven't won a road game since Madison Bumgarner's 7-inning no-hitter back on May 25th.
All right, let's get you those breakfast bites. A couple potential elimination games in the association tonight. The Hawks will try to close out the Sixers at 7:30 p.m. Eastern in the ATL, while in the West, the Clippers are on their way for their first trip ever to the conference finals. They'll take on the Jazz at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. Meantime, in Dallas, Rick Carlisle has told the Mavericks that he won't be returning as their head coach. He spent the past 13 seasons in Dallas, leading the franchise to his first and only title back in 2011. It'll be a fresh start in Dallas with longtime GM Donnie Nelson leaving the club earlier this week. In tennis, Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from Wimbledon, which will underway later this month at the All England Club. Her agent says she'll take some personal time with friends and family, but will be ready to go for the Olympics in Tokyo next week. While in baseball, Mets ace Jacob deGrom is considered day-to-day. deGrom left his start against the Cubs on Wednesday with a sore shoulder. Manager Luis Rojas says the 32-year-old right-hander had an MRI and was cleared by 2 doctors. So looking good for JD there. And some other stories we're keeping an eye on this morning. The Houston Astros have placed their baseman Alex Bregman on the IL with a strained left quad. In the NFL, veteran linebacker Deron Lee has agreed to a deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Chicago Bears say they're bidding on Atlanta suburbs there for a potential new stadium, signaling they're willing to move away from Shoulder Field.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.